I remember last year when you played Moutet at Wimbledon.
Yep.
Oh, here, and you beat him, and then you had Hugo or that in the next round, and you lost to him. And I sort of remember maybe you were thinking a little bit too far ahead. You were maybe looking a little bit past your bad, which is obviously a very winnable third round match.
Yeah.
Did you take that into the match today to not make that same mistake again?
Yeah, I think that's the things you learn as a young player. Not get ahead of yourself. Also learning to play when the expectations are obviously on you. Today was a good example that, obviously yourself and people are expecting you, or there's expectations on your level and how you're going to play and winning, and you don't really always have a control on that consequence, of winning or losing. So I think, last year got a bit ahead of myself against a player, a match like this, a similar situation, and didn't play my best tennis. And this time around, I think I was able to to keep going, keep doing what I was doing well, and yeah, just keep my focus, keep my discipline going, and not get too ahead of myself. Even when things got maybe a little bit tighter in the third set, I didn't get too excited, too nervous, and I was able to conclude in a go away. So it's a good sign of improvement.
The first two sets went by so quickly, and you know what kind of level Moutet can bring.
Yeah.
When he raised his level, maybe yours dropped a bit in the third set. Is it almost easier to have it be best of five, to know that even if there is a sort of a dip or a change in fortunes, there's lots of time to recover and get out of it?
Yeah, it was interesting because even though you win the two first sets too easily, you got to forget about those. You're up two sets to love. That's mainly it. Obviously, it's better than being down. So I was also looking at it like, okay, even if he's playing better, I knew that he's back against the wall. He has now nothing to lose. He's gonna try everything. He took a medical timeout, bathroom break. So he's trying to use everything to his advantage, which is normal. And I was just trying to accept that, stay calm, and also accept that, yeah, it's gonna be a battle until the end, and I'm gonna need to deserve that ticket through the next round. So I think the composure that I had today was good, and I'm happy with how I dealt with the whole situation, basically.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Félicitations.
Merci. Merci.
Throwing in a little native language in the English portion. Let's go to Jackie from the Sporting News.
Yeah.
Jackie, you are live with Felix.
He only stays quiet. You see the dog today.
Yeah, it's cool.
What's really good about your game today? Maybe what you need to work on for the next match. Also, how important is it for you to be, and also what feeling is it like for you to be in a fourth round for the first?
Well, it cut out a little bit, but from what I understood, I can obviously take obviously a lot of positive from the win today. Again, with the way I served, I was only broken once, which didn't really have a huge impact on the score at the end. So I can be happy with that. Obviously, I want to keep going, and also knowing that it's only going to get tougher from here. I'm going to need to keep and raise my level match after matches and be able to dig even deeper and fight. But obviously, it's a good thing that I was able to go through these first three matches without losing too much energy, and being able to stay and feel fit, and feel like I still have a lot of energy left. So that's a positive of these three first matches. But yeah, now I'm gonna get tested more and more, and we'll see how I will be able to respond to that.
What does it mean for you to be in a fourth round now, especially after the last 2 years not making it past the first?
Yeah, well, the last years here have been unfortunate. Obviously, we all remember the time when I had to retire. I just felt like last year against Dennis, I just didn't play my level. I feel like he played great, but I just didn't really show up, and it was a bit unfortunate. Also, at the start of the year this year, I felt like I was playing well. I felt like I could have done better in Australia. I went down in the first, so but doing good things, having better results. I kept on training well, and I believe that now I'm in a place where I deserve to be. I have a level to be in second weeks of Grand Slams, and now I'm gonna see how far I can go from here.
Thank you very much, Jackie. Let's go to Ava from the Washington Post. Ava, you are live with Felix.
Hey, Felix.
Hey.
Congrats on your match today.
Thank you.
I am just wondering if, with all of the other Black players that are in the draw, start of the tournament, still alive, do you notice when there are more kind of Black players, obviously, in the event, walking around grounds, anything? Does that mean anything to you?
It's really cool, especially here in New York. The players, but also the staff. You got to understand the staff here in the locker rooms, in the backgrounds, in the behind the scenes of the site. There's a lot of diversity. Black people, and the support that we get from them, the connection, the laughs. It's just a really good atmosphere. And I think all the players here like it. And seeing players from different ethnicities, from different backgrounds, reaching later stages of tournaments like these. I think it's a really good example, for the people that are watching us, the kids. I was thinking today just that you want to send out a good message, and you hope that you're leading by example, and that kids, in you they see belief that you can reach that wherever city or country you come from, whatever neighborhood you come from. So I hope this gives a lot of belief to people, and it's a good message of love. And I'm happy to see a lot of these my peers and players, I guess, looking like me in the further rounds.
Sorry if this question is naive, but is that diversity something you're kind of used to being around in tennis? I'm not sure what it looked like when you were training growing up.
Actually, a lot. I was lucky to grow up, in Canada, and I was in school where, there was people in many different backgrounds. So I think I never had this, what you see sometimes where a kid will feel like he's a part or he's out of the group because he doesn't have anybody that looks like him, or he just feels like he's an outsider. And I was able to grow up with people from obviously Canada, but Europe, Asia, Africans. So it was just a good melting pot, and I think the tour is also good with that. We get a chance to play in all the countries of the world, and that's a big chance of ours. And we get received everywhere really well, and people are really welcoming. So I think, if we can do it, everyone can do it. Everyone can be open-minded and accept the differences of the others.
Cool. Thank you, Felix.
Thank you.
Felix, we're going to take two more questions in English. If you could just turn to your left to the monitor, you'll see a question from Willie Weinbaum of ESPN. Your next opponent will either be Cilic or Thiem. Would you please describe each of them separately, starting with Marin? Thank you.
Well, Marin, of course, we know, a past champion here, a great player. Obviously not at his highest ranking now, at his highest level. But he's always dangerous, and especially in Grand Slams. He has the experience of winning those. You always have to be careful with players like these, a bit like Andy in the second round. They know how to win. They know how to win. They know how to go deep in tournaments. So, great serve, great strokes, backhand, beautiful backhand. So it's going to be interesting tonight. And obviously Dominic has been getting stronger and stronger after years after years. You feel like, step by step, he's been reaching later stages of these tournaments and really, becoming a power in the tennis world. So for me, that would be a good matchup, interesting matchup, for now, and obviously to test myself against the best in the world, against the second seed of this tournament, really.
Okay, thank you very much. Last question in English. Let's go to Dwight from Times We. Dwight, you are live with Felix.
Thank you so much, and congratulations, Felix, on your dramatic win. One thing I wanted to talk to you about, the last count, there are 16 competitors of color in this year's U.S. Open, perhaps the most of any time. I just want to get your thoughts on what you think the impact of that is, and do you feel any particular pressure or responsibility in your play at this time?
Sorry, I didn't get the start of the question. There's 16 what? There's 16.
People of color
Yeah.
playing in
yeah.
this year's U.S. Open at last count. So more than any other time. I mean, tennis has definitely changed.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to get your feelings about that.
Yeah, that's changed, and that's changed in a good way. You know, I think tennis has to be open to everyone. Maybe here in the U.S., you know, it's not the most popular sport compared to basketball or football. You know, but I hope kids from all the backgrounds, all the neighborhoods. I think Francis is doing a great thing. You know, also in his hometown with the academy there, you see kids coming from all the different neighborhoods, different communities, playing tennis, reaching for a racket. So I think that's a good thing. And I think here we are, 16 players. It's a great number and showing a good example. And I just love to see, you know, people from everywhere. It's just a great message to send out, that to be open to diversity, people from different backgrounds, and hopefully that'll keep going. Hopefully we'll get even players, more players from Africa even. I know that's something that people have tried to do, and bring more players from the African continent into professional tennis, and hopefully that happens in the future.
Yeah, I know the NBA has been recruiting a great deal. They've been in Marrakesh recruiting players from Africa, from all over.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps tennis can do something similar.
Yeah, exactly. No, that would be great. You know, we're lucky to be a sport that plays everywhere in the world, and you know, why not have players from everywhere in the world? You know, from Asia, from Africa, from all the continent, really. So I think that would be great. And you know, now we're seeing change, and we're seeing different faces on the tour, and it's I'm glad to be part of that, and it's great to see. I like it.